Good morning, everyone. So, in our last class, we had already discussed about, we had started the Bermuda Triangle, and half of the part we have already completed. So, in our last class, we had talked about the Bermuda Triangle. We have seen that what kind of accidents had happened. Actually, it's not accident. Those were the incidents which had happened around the area of Bermuda Triangle. Now we also got to know that because of these incidents whichever were happening in the area, that place was named as what? Do you remember? Hoodoo Sea and the Devil's Triangle. Okay. Now this place, okay, until we got to know the name of the place as the Bermuda Triangle, until that time, that place was named as either the Devil's Triangle or Hoodoo Sea. People used to call the area by that particular name. And then in 1964, I think, yes, in 1964, a journalist who was named, what was the name of the journalist? It was Vincent Geddes. Vincent Geddes, he formed out the name the Bermuda Triangle, and since then that place is named as Bermuda Triangle. And also being that means getting to know about this place or getting to know about the name, there was another person, he was a writer, and he was Charles Berlitz. Okay, Charles Berlitz, he used this name, this particular name, the Bermuda Triangle, in his book. He used the name the Bermuda Triangle in his book, and that his book was also named the Bermuda Triangle, and that book was quite accepted well by the audience. Then we now we get to know about what Bermuda Triangle is, because it is named Bermuda Triangle. No, triangle. How does this make, the area is Bermuda, but how does it make triangle? Actually, the place, if we see in a map, then the place, it starts from Miami to Puerto Rico. Okay, then it passes to Bermuda, and then again back to Miami. So this triangle makes this whole place as Bermuda Triangle. Now next we got to know about various other all those incidents, more other incidents about those aircraft, ships which had vanished, and there was no trace, or there was no that means what do you say, that there was no evidence of finding the people out. And yes, and oh yes, also to remember that we had also talked about the UFOs. If you remember, we had talked about that suddenly what happened, the ship was seen, or the flights were seen, and they were the people who had taken the control. Okay, they could see it in the radar, and all of a sudden it got out of, like, it got out of signal. They could not get any more signal about the these ships, then the aircrafts, flights, whatever. And what was the reason, or how is it described, how that means the incident might have happened, and what is described, that why it had happened, or how it had happened. They said that they gave some what do you say, that information, that the ship was there to be seen, or the flight was there to be seen, but all of a sudden the weather was all good, but all of a sudden what happens is there was found to be a suddenly there came a sudden fog, and then also it is said that there was some kind of UFO scene. That means UFO means you remember the what do you say this, the full form of UFO is unidentified flying object. There was all of a sudden a flying object supposed to that means come in front of the ship or the flight, and then the ship or the flight was not to be seen anymore. And we have also talked about one such incident, and which had happened in 1980, where the pilots Jose Torres and Jose Santos were flying back to Puerto Rico from the Dominican Republic. There was one such incident found. Okay, now we'll move to our we'll start today the remaining part and we'll finish it today. Okay, so now let's see. Many mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle have remained unsolved. Okay, so till now, how many mysteries we have heard, or how many incidents we have heard about this Bermuda Triangle? Every incident or every incident have till now remained to be mysteries. They have remained mysteries because the reasons that why this happened, how this happened, or anybody survived or not, nothing was to be known later on. Okay, and by chance we also got to know that there were some people who had survived this incidents. There were a handful of them, maybe some of them, like very few. Okay, actually very few had survived from this incident. Anyway, so we'll start today from this paragraph. I think up to this we have already finished. We'll start from here, this that means below the picture. Many mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle have remained unsolved till now. Many of them have not been solved. One morning, let's talk about another incident. Now we'll get to know more and more incidents. Okay, so one morning in January 1948, mark this line. One morning in January 1948, a BSAA Tudor 4 airliner Star Tiger, the name of the airline or the flight was Star Tiger, suddenly disappeared. See, same thing. It was flying and then it suddenly disappeared. It was less than 2 hours away from its destination, Bermuda. Now you will mark up to this, starting from one morning up to its from its destination, Bermuda. You will mark up to this only. One morning in January 1948, a BSAA Tudor 4 airliner Star Tiger suddenly disappeared. It was less than 2 hours away from its destination, Bermuda. That means this flight was to reach Bermuda, and it was the distance between from where it was up to Bermuda, because it had to reach Bermuda, right? So it had to reach up to Bermuda. So starting from its destination, starting from its place where it was at the present up to Bermuda, it was only left 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours more was needed to reach Bermuda, but then it suddenly disappeared. A report on this incident concluded the disappearance of Star Tiger must remain an unsolved mystery. See, the conclusion was also given that this is a suspense, actually not suspense, this is a mystery which will never be solved. Okay. Almost a year later, that was another incident. Almost a year later, on 17 January 1949, another airliner, Star Ariel, bound for Jamaica. Now that don't be confused between the names. Okay, Star Tiger and Star Ariel, two names. These are different. Star Tiger was to go to Bermuda, and Star Ariel was to go for Jamaica. Took off from Bermuda. It started its journey from Bermuda and it was to reach Jamaica. Okay, it was never heard of again. That means it had started from Bermuda to reach Jamaica, but after that there was nothing to be heard. A few days earlier, a DC-3 airliner had approached Miami International Airport with 31 passengers and crew on board. Okay, a few days earlier, that means before this incident, this Jamaica, this Star Aerials incident, before that means when this Star Aerial incident had happened, before that, a DC-3 airliner had approached Miami International Airport with 31 passengers and crew on board. That means there were 31 passengers, and there was and there were also crew. Crew means those people who are controlling the ship, or you can say the flight. Okay, who, that means what to say that. They are regulating, they're controlling how the ship or the flight will work. They are taking the control of that. So they had reached Miami International Airport. The pilot radioed in to say that he was only 80 kilometers away. They were to reach Miami. They had not reached. Okay, they were about to reach, and they were only 80 kilometers away, and that was the last that was ever heard or seen of the plane. And that was the last time when they were 80 kilometers away. That was the last time when the plane or the flight was seen. The region in which it disappeared had shallow seas. Now this is very interesting. The region, the area, okay, where it disappeared, from which place it had disappeared, that had shallow seas. That means the seas nearby, they were very shallow. Shallow means not having much depth. Depth, you understand? Gehrai. Okay, that sea was not that deep. Okay, it was not that deep, but the wreckage was not found. Now what is wreckage? Wreckage means the accident had happened, it had crashed, and if the plane had crashed, then obviously the parts of the plane should be found, right? But it was not found. Okay, there was nothing. It was as if there had been no plane and no crew. It happened as if no kind of accident had happened, no crash, no plane, no flight crash, nothing. Okay, it was very normal, like nothing happened. There was no trace of anything to be found. Now, if you think about it, how can this happen, right? This is just not possible. But it had happened, and there was no trace to be found. Such unexplained disappearances have been making people take notice of this mysterious section of the ocean. And while this incident had been happening one after another, so this was coming to the notice of some of the person, like who were in the authority, or who were some influential, famous person, or maybe this what you call them, official person who were included with this flight companies and airline companies and all. They had noticed this disappearances. So in 1952, the journalist George Sand wrote an article about the disappearance of Flight 19 and other odd incidents in the October issue of a magazine called Fate. And regarding this, there was not much to be done, because it was unsolved. Nobody knew about it. Okay, so they could just only write some articles about this type of happenings or this type of disappearances. So they did it, and they wrote about one such flight's disappearance, that was Flight 19, and it was written by a journalist, George Sand. You can mark this line if you want. In starting from in 1952 up to in 1952, the journalist George Sand wrote an article about the disappearance of Flight 19 and other odd incidents in the October issue of a magazine called Fate. You can mark up to this. He described the region as a watery triangle surrounded roughly by Florida, Bermuda and Puerto Rico. So this one we got already. He had described the area, okay, as a watery triangle. It was obviously it was surrounded by water. So it was a watery triangle roughly surrounded by Florida, Bermuda and Puerto Rico. Then again on 3rd February 1963, again another incident. The SS Marine Sulphur Queen mysteriously disappeared off the south coast of Florida. Neither the ship nor her 39 crew members were ever found. You might be thinking, no, what is this happening? All are disappearing. Where they are going? Even we also don't know. You will get till last. This will continue till last, and let's see what we find in the end. What do we find? What is the reason? Maybe we will find something. Many search and rescue attempts have been made by Coast Guards. Coast Guard means those people who were the authority of that area, who were guarding that area, but that guard was of no use. Anyways, many search and rescue attempts have been made by Coast Guards in the Bermuda Triangle area, but none of them has revealed any trace of an accident. But nobody got to know about any accident. If any accident had happened, or after the accident, if any broken part of the ship or the plane had been found, then nobody got anything. Nothing. They got nothing. The environment of the mid-Atlantic area is hazardous in some accident-causing way, and this is the only conclusion. The only thing they could conclude, they could say at last after their investigation, was the only thing that this area is hazardous, this area is dangerous, nothing else. The ocean has, and also what they said is, the ocean has fast running currents. As there was nothing much to be said, so they said in a very simple way that the ocean, the area, because it is surrounded by water, no? So they said that the ocean has fast running currents which can carry wreckage far away from a crash site. Suppose here the crash had happened, the accident had happened, and the ocean had very strong currents, okay. It can take very fast the broken parts to some long distance far away, okay, from here to any of the part, and it can take very fast. Avengers are very heavy planes. No, this Avengers is not that Avenger, okay, this is a plane. Okay, if the 5 Avengers on flight 19 had crashed, then there was very little chance of finding parts floating. If the 5 Avengers on flight 19 had crashed, if the plane had crashed, then there was very little chance of finding parts floating, but the aircraft themselves should have been found. This is very real thing, that if the Avengers were heavy planes, if the planes, the weight were very heavy, or they were very big planes, okay, heavy planes, that means it should not get dipped in the water. It should be found, right? But it was not. But the aircraft themselves should be found, but they were not. Not finding evidence is quite unusual for plane crashes or shipwrecks at sea, and that only deepens the mystery. And this is the thing, if a plane crash has happened, if any ship has met any accident, okay, if it has destroyed, it means that its parts, broken parts, should be found, right? That is the only evidence that any ship or any flight has met with an accident, right? But that was not found. And this thing, that no evidence had been found, this is the only thing which deepens the mystery, and that makes it more and more mysterious. The US Coast Guard believes it is not it is not real it is not based on their investigation, but the only thing which they can do is they can give conclusion from their beliefs. Okay, they have not got anything after their investigation, so they are just throwing away their belief. And what is their belief? That harsh natural conditions, human mistakes and mechanical failure are the reasons for the disasters. This zone experiences sudden storms and tornadoes, also called water spouts, which can kill. So they gave their belief, they thought what they thought, that was their conclusion, and they said that the reasons behind all these accidents happening might be, maybe, okay, possibility they are giving, that either there will be human mistake or there will be mechanical failure. Failure means maybe somehow the machines would be having any problem, or they might have failed. And also they said that this zone experiences sudden storms, and in this area suddenly storm comes and tornadoes, they are called water spouts. They are also called water spouts, which can kill. This is the only thing they say. You will underline this this paragraph. Okay, the US Coast Guard believes that harsh natural conditions. You will underline this paragraph. Until now, but a final answer has not yet been found. As I said, they gave their beliefs, but no answer. This is not an answer. This is only a person's belief. Until now, more than 100 planes and countless boats have gone missing in the Bermuda Triangle. Many accidents have happened. This kind of disappearances, many have happened. Is this only a coincidence? And at last, we get a question. Is this only a coincidence that so many accidents are happening? Is this only a coincidence? There is no reason. Or is it because the place is cursed by supernatural forces? Is this possible that this place is having some kind of supernatural thing? That means Mayavi Jadoo and all that? Perhaps we will never know. That means in this chapter, we get to know about many kind of strange incidents, what they were called in the past, then the name was given, then many such examples of accidents happening. This sometime 31 passengers and crew were there. They were disappeared. Some flight got crashed. Some ship had disappeared. Many things we get, but at last we get the only thing, the question that is not yet answerable. Till now we don't know why that happened. We don't have any answer till now. And we are also left with a question here in this article. At last, the audience, that means we are reading this book, no, we are reading this chapter, so we are the audience. So audience is also left with a question that why did it all happen? Was it only a coincidence, or is the place cursed, you know, Baddua, okay, shrap, okay, having any kind of supernatural forces? And also in the article the speaker says that maybe in our future we'll never be able to know this, that why these things are happened, the reason we might never know. Okay, so here our Bermuda Triangle chapter ends, and now you mark your word meanings. I'm saying you starting from page number 26. Go to page number 26, mark first of all radar, crew, coined, bestseller, stretch. Actually page number 26 all, you mark 26 all. From page 27 you mark first hand accounts, BSAA, this is a full form, destination, bound for. Okay, and lastly from page 28, wreckage, odd, hazardous, evidence, tornadoes, coincidences, supernatural forces. This many. Okay. So you again, if you have not understood some of the part, you can re-watch this video and go through the lines which we have marked and also which we have discussed. And if you'll have any doubt, you can ask me. And yeah, till our next class, until I give the question answers, you just keep on reading the things. And in our next class, we'll be discussing I'll give you the question and answers. We'll go through it. Okay. Till then, stay safe and stay at your home. Thank you.